Guys.
Hey
Guys,
welcome
back
to
another
week
of
the
Ox.
Fam.
No, we didn't. We got to do that over again.
Wait. Hey
Guys,
welcome
to another
week
of
the
no.
Hey
Guys,
welcome
back
to
another
week
with
the
Ox.
Fam.
So welcome back. This week or this last week
Brought you into February.
Oh yeah.
February 1st, Monday.
February 1st. Yeah, Monday. And we had just gotten back into the States from Baja and spent 2.5 hours getting through the border. And then...
I think you said an hour and a half on the other one.
No, we argued about it on the last one. Because you said an hour and a half. I said 2.5 hours. We argue a lot. Anyways, so that Monday we got up and basically this week was like a get ready for Baja week. So we were just kind of trying to get everything squared away, ready, and all that good stuff. So you went to...
Yeah, so I got up early on Monday, went to the post office to try and see if we had done the general delivery correctly. So when you're traveling, you can have packages shipped to post offices, but you need a specified general delivery and they'll hold it for you up to 30 days. Well, I guess he forgot that minor little detail, but they were there. She's like, they were in the to-go bag. And so I picked those up from the post office and I went to do some grocery shopping with the kids. I think you still kind of were like...
Oh yeah, I was still sick.
We had filmed a walkthrough, but it was of our trailer. That's what you were doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, we had filmed a walkthrough of the trailer.
We talked about that last weekend too.
Yeah, where we...
Yeah, so we kind of told you about that. So that's actually what I was doing, I think, is when I was editing the stuff, I was realizing this isn't going to work. On that vein, sorry about this last week's video that didn't come out. Next week, I promise we'll be back on track and we'll get those videos back up. But anyways, I think I was sick laying in bed editing and you kind of gave me a day away with the kids, and so you took the kids.
Yeah. To be honest, we were at an RV park and we were just trying to get stuff done. We did receive our Julka... Is that
water
how you
heater.
say it?
I don't know. So how about you guys tell us? How do you say the Julka hot tap? I thought it was Julka, but we heard somebody say... pronounce it different.
Yeah, so we're not sure.
And,
are we saying it wrong?
Anyways, so we got our new water heater, which was the main reason why we were going back to the States, and we partnered up with Julka, and they have this killer water heater. Note to you, those things are very thin-walled pipes, and if you don't release the pressure on it and let the water out, the lines will blow if it freezes, and I think that's what was happening, is it was just freezing. We tested it out like for a minute and it worked great, so we haven't really actually got to use it yet, so we'll loop back with you guys on that. But we are super thankful to have a water heater, because we were going on long stretches with no showers, so now we got a shower so we can smell a little better. Anyways.
Yeah, living on the road, you don't need showers.
So there was like a handful of things I needed to fix too. So I needed to put the water heater in. Our clear source water heater. I got that water heater. Our clear source water filter. I got mounted. And the other thing that we did, just quick tip to anybody traveling out of the country or anywhere you might need water. They make these soft water bags that have like a lot of capacity for water fill up, and then they fold down next to nothing. So that's like how we're filling up our water now, because a lot of the water fill up places you can't get close enough to actually fill up the trailer, so you need something to transfer it back and forth. So pro tip, grab yourself a water bag.
Okay, so Friday, he was trying to install a bunch of stuff, and we were trying to shoot to cross the border back on Friday. And it was like 3:30, and we jetted to the border in Mexicali.
Yeah. We
get there. It is a show. There are cars in every which way. It was a nightmare. I was like, are we really going to cross? Like, this is a disaster.
And we were warned. And if you guys even need it, like if you ever decide to come down here, we were warned by Matt from Camp Fort Lewis. I wanted to give Matt a shout out, sorry.
I will, but I wasn't done finishing my...
Oh, you had stopped. I thought you were done. I came in when you stopped. You were in the middle of a thought. Sorry, I keep interrupting you.
What I was gonna say is because it was 4:30, and the trip to Ensenada is about 3 hours, and we know it's not like super safe to travel at night in Mexico. So we had decided to put a kibosh on crossing the border.
Yeah.
On Friday night, and decided to go camp in a remote spot and then attempt again on Saturday. So
yeah, anyways, the person who warned us not to go through the border on Friday was Matt from Camp Fort Low. And if you guys ever decide to come down here and you need a resource, that's your guy. He's very knowledgeable, and a guy from the States, so English speaking and everything. And go check him out on
Instagram.
We'll tell you more about him another one next week. But anyways, just
okay, so we did go. I went to the money exchange place right at the border of Mexicali and California, and so I exchanged some of our cash there. One of the locals down here, he had told us like the further down you get, the exchange rate gets less and less.
Right.
Is that how you explain it? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the other thing too is when you're looking at it, there's two prices on the
buy and the sell.
The buy and the sell, and it's the higher number is the sell and the lower number is the buy. So they got to make their money. So basically, when you exchange it, they take a cut too. It's about 20 pesos to $1 is the exchange rate right now.
So
and what she was saying is if you have an ATM card that you don't get any fees, that's probably the best way, because we think you actually get the exchange rate and they're not taking a percentage out of it. But we're not entirely sure. That's what we think. We'll get back to you on that. But half a pro tip. That was like...
So yeah, we got up pretty early on Saturday morning, around 7, crossed the border into Mexicali. It was a lot less stressful, I feel like, the second time around, just knowing what to expect.
And you went and got the FMF, right?
Oh yeah, FMM.
FMM, yeah.
And they specifically asked at the border, like, hey, do you have your visas? And so we went in. I think it was like $30 a person to get that, which is good for 6 months.
Yeah, and that was Saturday, so we cruised all the way into La Bufadora, which is kind of a tourist trap. It was a cool place. It was just like a row of nothing but like, carnival knickknacks, blankets.
So yeah, we stayed at Rancho La Bufadora, and so we just parked on this bluff, like looking over the ocean.
Yeah, it was a really pretty spot. Yeah, so La Bufadora had it was just kind of like anywhere where you go, like boardwalk or whatever. Lots of t-shirts, lots of blankets, lots of knickknacks and
stuff you don't need.
Everything had kind of wound down there. And so we went in, and we actually have been looking for an ox head for quite a while. You're going to at least spend probably $180 to $200 on a cheap one. And this one we got for
$40. So it was 800 pesos.
Yeah, so we made out like a champ. It needs to be a little spruced up a little bit, but yeah, it was pretty.
We'll make it look nice. We wanted to put it in our tiny home.
Yeah. So got the ox head for the Ox family, and then cruised down and went to dinner, and got kind of suckered into this place. I'll let you tell the story because you have.
Oh yeah, so there were a bunch of taco carts, and we really enjoy the authentic street food, and so we went all the way to the end, and at the very last place on the left, this guy was like literally pulling us into his store, like, oh, come eat. And
at the bottom, it looked like just like a food cart.
It looked
with
like
a couple of seats.
Yeah, a food cart area with a couple seats. And so he brings us upstairs, and I'm like, where the heck is he taking us? To this patio area that had a bunch of tables set up, and we were the only ones up there.
So we get up there, and the guy starts asking me a lot of questions about like the ox head. Oh, how much did you pay for it? And then he was like, oh, that was really expensive. And at the time, I thought he was being friendly, but what he was really doing is shaking me down, figuring out how much money we were spending. And so we ordered this carne asada and a kid's quesadilla that was tiny. And he comes back, and like, we didn't ask how much it was. Like, everything was pretty reasonably priced there, so we're like, whatever. So we sit down, we eat it, he comes back with the bill, and it comes back at like
650 pesos.
650 pesos. And like,
which is $35.
yeah, and I'm not thinking about how much that is, because the exchange rate is kind of like hard to do on the fly in your head, like when you're kind of in an interaction. And so I just give him the money, and then she's like, wait, how much was that? And we kind of figure out, and I'm like, wait, $35 for this? I'm like, you wouldn't even pay for that in the States. You pay like $15 maybe for it. And so then you went.
Yeah, I basically grabbed a menu, and literally, like, our whole meal with the quesadilla, I think we got a couple waters, should have been like 300 pesos. And so I went up to him and I tried to say, like, where on your menu is this showing, 655 pesos? And he goes, oh, everything different. And I basically called him out. I said, that's not right. Like, we ordered, a plate and you overcharged us. And I didn't want to get into it with the guy because he probably needs it more than I do, but still, it's not that right.
Yeah, it was kind of shysty. But anyways, it's going to happen.
You live and you learn.
Yep,
so,
you're going to get hassled at some point.
Lesson is always ask how much things are beforehand so you can A, negotiate, or B, like, say, no, I don't want that. And order off the menu, to be exact.
And that was our day, and that was our week.
Yeah.
And that was a week with the OXFamily.
So, subscribe.
Hit that bell. And don't forget, we'll be back with you next week. And videos will be back on schedule next week too. I promise. So, see you guys later.
Bye.